Hello viewers, welcome to Dots of Destiny. Today I'll be predicting the transits of the month of August. Now these transits and the predictions are based on your Lagna or the ascendant. Anybody who is having a little bit, you can understand the horoscope. The first house is your Lagna. And how the planets are transiting in and around the Lagna in the 12 houses. This video I will be saying the impact of each Lagna. From the moon sign, if you see it, it can match, but from the Lagna it will be the most appropriate. Now there are three things about these predictions. First is that you should, if you know what is your Mahadasha, Antardasha or Pratantya Dasha, it is a little better, because then according to your Pratantya Dasha and Antardasha Lord, suppose you're running a Venus Antardasha and a Mars Pratantya Dasha, then that particular month, because Pratantya Dasha is like 2 months, 3 months like that, so that month, that planet will have a major say in your horoscope. Then it is more evident to you. And whatever the predictions I say in a 2-3 minutes time, all may not resonate, all may not be correct, all may not happen to you. Some may happen, some may not happen. So take it as it is. Hope these predictions will give you some insight to what is going to happen in the month of August. Let's begin. Aries Lagna people. For the Aries Lagna, Rahu and Ketu, the main points, the axis, the nodal axis, Rahu is transiting your first house, Ketu is in your 7th house, Rahu is conjunct with Jupiter in the first house. Now the Guru Chandal Yoga has come a little far off from each other. Rahu has left only 4 more degrees in the first house to be transit. Then slowly it will be traveling to your 12th house, because Rahu transits backwards. Now this month, August, there are 2 retrogrades. Saturn is retrograde in your 11th house in the Satabhisha Nakshatra, and Venus is also retrograde. It is in the sign of from Leo, it will be going to the sign of Cancer. So it will be traveling from your 5th house to your 4th house. So the thing is that Venus is your 2nd lord, Saturn is your 11th lord. Both the money houses are, the lords are in retrograde motion. Some money, if you some money things can go a little bit sluggish. If you have certain things to get, if you have some savings to be made, those plans may not work very well, because Saturn being the lord of the 10th house and the 11th house, and it is retrograde for the Aries Lagna, it is, the business may be slow, the work that you had been thinking of completing or moving it forward can go a bit slow. That is your work and your earnings area and savings. Next, the Sun is transiting in your 4th house. 4th house Sun is not a very good Sun, because Sun loses its maximum capacity over there. It is Dikshunya, it is not very good place. Once it moves into your 5th house from 17th of August, situation will be better, because Sun will be in its own sign Leo. It will be in dignity. If you run a Sun Antardasha, Pratantadasha, children can do well and they can bond with you well. Your luck factor will shine. That is the most important thing, because your fortune house lord Jupiter is on the Lagna, but it is conjunct with Rahu. There's a problem. And also because Jupiter is your 12th house lord also on the Lagna, it can give rise to expenses. Health is a concern that can loom over your mind, because though Jupiter is on the Lagna, Rahu is also there with Jupiter, transiting constantly over the Lagna. Now it is in Ashwini Nakshatra. And 12th lord in Lagna can give some unforeseen expenses also. Though Jupiter is a good planet, but it's an expansive planet, so those things can, you know, can be there in your mind, or it can happen in some way or the other in your surroundings. Venus will be in your 4th house, so you can have, if you have some problem with your mother or family, somebody, you can, you know, revisit that and rectify that, and also you can purchase some decorative items, good items for your house. It's a good time for that also. Mars, your Lagna lord, Mars was transiting the 5th house. So though Mars is good in Leo, but in the 5th house Mars is not very comfortable. It's a dharma trikon. Okay, maybe you had some problem with your children, some fight, some verbal spat, all these can be seen. But as Mars moves into your 6th house, then it is better, because Mars gives an edge over others in the 6th house. Mars do well in the 6th house, and also it will give you some health regime you will start to follow, maybe if your health is getting affected. But yes, 6th house, 7th house, 8th house Mars, you should take care of your lower part of the body, whether it's your stomach area or the lower leg area, or these things, you can get some hurt or something. These unforeseen things can happen. Mercury is coming into Leo, so Mercury has also already in August and September, whole of it will be transiting in the Leo house, in your 5th house. It will go retrograde also over there. Mercury is in good position. You can have good you know, some kind of creative ideas, because Mercury is more or less good in Leo. It's a fiery sign and it can generate new ideas also. So communication with your children can improve if you have to talk with them regarding something. These things can happen in the month of August. Overall, whatever I feel that the health factor should be taken care of, and also your money should be taken caution of, and your business or work area can feel a little slow and sluggish. So it's a mixed month, not bad at all, but it's mixed, like 60-40. So that's how. Enjoy your August month. Is going retrograde now. It is in Leo in your 4th house, and it will transit back to your 3rd house. Now the thing is that Rahu is subsiding. It is making distance with Jupiter. It is going into your 11th house slowly. It will go by the end of October. Then it will be a better transit for you. Jupiter can give you conscious insights in the 12th house, and Mars is transiting your, from the 4th house, it will transit into your 5th house. So 4th house Mars was really not good, because 4th house, as it is your Lagna lord is retrograde. Maybe you're trying to do something and you will not be able to get the results. You can feel discontentment at heart, because Mars can create some boiling situation in the home front also. These things, because Mars is not very comfortable at all in the 4th house. So going into your 5th house also, Mars is not in very great position, but as it moves later into your 6th house, it will be better. Retrograde Lagna lord will always make you contemplate on your actions that you're going to take in this month and the coming months, and it will be there in your 3rd house for the month of August, and again it will come back to Leo in the 4th house. So 3rd house, you can start putting in efforts, slow but steady efforts, to your desired work area, communication, where you have to put any hobbies, any other activities that you, Venusian kind of activities you want to do, you can start putting slowly effort. Once Venus goes direct, it will be of more help to you, because it's after all your Lagna lord and the 6th lord of daily jobs and activities. So that also gets a little slowed down during this time. Mercury will be in your 4th house in Leo. That is good for communication with family members, and also if you have some talk about properties, buying cars and all these things, you can start a business from any kind of business activities related to the 4th house. Sitting at home doing something, some communication and all these things, you can start with that with the family members. You can converse, and it's okay in the 4th house in Leo. It's not bad. Then comes Saturn, the planet. Saturn is in your 10th house. This is the best position for Saturn in your that is happening in transit from right from the beginning of January 2023. But the thing is that again Saturn also got retrograde, so your 9th and 10th lord is in retrogression, and your Lagna lord is also in retrogression. So again work area can see a little bit of delay. You can feel a little frustrated, may feel that your projects are not going ahead, because 6th house, 10th house lord both are in retrogression. So August month, all in all, it is a okay month. Not very great, but neither bad. Some things can be going for introspection, which is needed, because retrograde periods are for introspection. So yourself with the 10th house, any association, you can go for introspection about the subject, so that you can come out with better ideas in the coming months. Now let's come to Gemini. Gemini is the transits are favorable because it is your 11th house of Jupiter and Rahu conjunction, and Rahu is slowly inching towards the 10th house as it moves retrograde backwards. And your 3rd house, the Leo house, is seeing a cluster of planets over there, as Venus is already there and moving towards your 2nd house. So it is good for financial matters. Though it's a retrograde Venus, after some days it will become direct. Then Sun will move into the 3rd house in between the month, so you can put in your best efforts, put best foot forward with advertising, media, marketing, other things, hobbies. Like it'll give you a boost to those areas of your life. If somebody is in sales and marketing and all these fields, media, advertising, it is a good time. You can have good ideas, because Sun will come into Leo from the 17th of August, and you will see a better better situation in that house. And even Mercury is in Leo now, so your Lagna lord is transiting the 3rd house of efforts and new ventures, and short distance journeys. So a very what should I say, very busy month ahead of you, Gemini. It is a good month, and all the planets, because mostly Mercury in the 3rd house, it's the original Gemini house in the Kalpurush Kundli. So Mercury does good in the 3rd house with all creativity. Sun will come there. Venus in the 2nd house will, now it's retrograde, but it will go direct and it will boost your finances. Then your so 2nd house, 3rd house is getting lot of lot of attention. Saturn is only in your, Jupiter is in the 11th house, so even your marriage partner can get some boost, because Rahu is getting away from Jupiter. Your 7th lord is in the 11th. It's a gainful time for your life partner also. Only Saturn being retrograde in the fortune house can cause some delay with the fortune, because retrograde planets are passive planets, and 8th house lord in the 9th house in his own sign, it's not at all a bad placement, but because it is retrograde till November 4th, so little bit of sluggishness in fortune can be seen. But make the most of your efforts, put your plans into action, because the 3rd house is full of activity now. 11th house is getting better each day. Jupiter will go retrograde in your 11th house, but that is from September. This month it is very well placed. Rahu is inching far away from Jupiter. It's a good placement. So overall, this is a good month for you. I think it will be an activity filled month, journeys and lot of activities, lot of networking, money matters getting a boost. So have a fun, Gemini. Okay, let's move to Cancer. Now, Cancer people, first and foremost is that, though I'm not talking about Cancer moon, still from the ascendant also, Saturn, the most malefic planet, is traversing your 8th house of sudden disruption. Suddenness of the 8th house is known to most of the people. So Saturn being there and Sun on the Lagna can give some health issues. It can. Though your 10th house Rahu Jupiter being there, you can have a busy time out with your work. And second house, all the planets are passing through the second house. So second house is getting a boost. Sun will move into the second house 17th of August. Mars is already your Yoga Karak planet, is traversing in the second house, and it is giving a boost to your finance, especially if you run a Mars Antardasha or Pratyantar Dasha. So then it will be a very good time for, you know, enhancing your savings. And also your 11th lord, that is Venus, is on the Lagna. It has again retrograded back and it is on there on the Lagna, and it will become direct. So incoming gains can also come to you. So all these factors, both the money houses and the 10th houses, is most active now in your horoscope. Only situation that requires a little bit of concern is your health, because you're on the sometimes Sun on the Lagna in watery sign till the 16th of August can give some fever related, all these migraines, these kind of problems can happen. Little bit because Saturn is also retrograde in the 8th house. So these things can be a little problematic in the health area. Otherwise, it is a good transit. It is a good transit. The 12th Lord is coming into the second house. So you can get some, benefits from the foreign lands also. So some people can give you some monetary benefits, some earnings from the foreign lands, and all these things can happen. So 2nd, 11th, 10th house is very active in your horoscope in this month. And Sun, once it goes into the second house, it will be also even better. You will feel more better health wise. Also you will feel better. Mars will slowly go into your third house, into your house of efforts and network, everyday putting efforts into things and short distance journeys and all. So Mars will have a good transit in the third house. It is traveling to Virgo. It is transiting to Virgo on the 18th of August. So overall, it is a good time, Cancer, not a bad time health wise, because 8th Saturn, again and again I'm pointing out to that, some precautions should be taken. Now we come to Leo ascendants. Leo ascendants are having an influx of planet on the Lagna itself. So Leo Lagna is seeing the entrance of Mercury, and Venus is going towards the 12th house. Saturn is aspecting the Lagna. Jupiter is aspecting the Lagna. Lagna Lord is in the 12th. That's a little bit of problem. Again, some but a lot the thing is that healing can be done during this period. When Sun is in the 12th house, one must take some rest, and when Sun comes to the first house, then the full vitality comes through. Already Mars is there in the first house, and it will travel into the second house, again Yoga Karak for Leo Lagna, and it will boost your finances. It will give an edge to your savings. You can save more, and your 2nd and 11th Lord is already on the Lagna. It is come on to Leo, and it will be traveling whole the month of August on the Lagna. It will retrograde later part of the month, but it will be inside Leo zodiac only. Now Venus has gone to the 12th house. Only problem with Venus, can give a lot of healing. Some relationships can break. You can see the end of some and the beginning, or rectifying it and coming back to your life. That can happen, because Venus is the Karaka of relationships also. Next is that Venus is the 10th Lord. So 10th Lord in the 12th, it is not a very great time professionally, but definitely you can introspect and you can put forward, you can think about new ideas, and when Venus transits back on the Lagna or becomes direct, you will get better things coming into your mind. But nonetheless, Sun will come on the Lagna. It will give a boost to your personality. You can work with your personality. Mercury is there. Communication will be good. You'll be heard by people. Your communication will be of value, and when you speak, people will understand what you're trying to speak. And also it is the money lord. So what more is needed? So August month is a boost, guys. Have a great time, Leo Lagnas. See you later there. Now, for the Virgo Lagna, problem is though I'm starting with the problem, but certain months are like that. It's problematic. Every month is not like that. This month, most of your planets are in the 6th, 8th, and 12th house. So, see, positivity is good in life, but when time is not good, then we must think about it and follow and adhere by the rules. If you're watching a monthly transit video, then you must understand if 6th, 8th, 12 is all the houses are activated, then definitely time is not too much in your favor. You can have health issues, you can have sudden events which can change your life, and you have to think over it that why these events are suddenly happening in this time. Because see, your lagna lord itself is in the 12th house. In the 12th house, you have so much energy. Venus will be there. Venus, then it will shift to the 11th house. It is a much relief better in the 11th house. Your Lagna Lord itself will be traversing now. The transit of Mercury will be now 2 months in the 12th house. 12th from the Lagna is not at all a very comfortable position. Mars is also there with Mercury in the first 17 days of August. Then Mars will move on the Lagna. Again, Mars on the Lagna, because it is not a very good friend of Mercury, it will give some heated issues. It can give some health issues also, and you can feel very irritated sometimes because Lagna Lord is in the 12th and Mars comes to your Lagna. Sun will also come into the 12th house from 18th of August. So 12th house is too much in focus. Opposite to the 12th house is the 6th Saturn, that is a retrograde Saturn, which is your 5th lord and your 6th lord transiting in the 6th house. Yeah, daily job affairs can get a boost, but still it may feel a little sluggish because the Saturn is retrograde over there. Until 4th of November, it will remain retrograde in your 6th house. So daily routine, daily job can also feel a bit low, and the space may be low. 8th house, you have Rahu and Jupiter. So please guys, take care of your weight gain. If you see that you don't hurt yourself, you don't fall down, because Jupiter, whenever it is in the 6th, 7th, 8th houses transit, they give a boost to the lower part of the body and we start gaining weight. So these things should be kept in mind. Rahu is also still there in the 8th house. Then again it will be traveling to a 7th house later in October. That comes later. But see, all the planets are aligned to the 6th house, to the 8th house and the 12th house. So please go with caution this month. Only Venus, I think it is better because Venus is a good planet for you. It is your fortune lord. Though it is retrograde, it is in the 11th house. You can, get some extra income slowly and steadily as Venus will go, it will go direct slowly. You can think about your finances, your networking can be good. Though retrograde, still the planet is retrograde, not too high, it is not in its own motion, so it is slowed down, it's become retrograde now. So that's the reason the whole month may seem not very good at all. The feeling may be not good this month, but then every month cannot be good. So let's hope that the next month I can come up with a better transit and I'll be able to say some very good things for the Virgo Lagna native. Okay, now I come to Libra. So Libra, slowly but surely, as Ketu is getting away from the Lagna, only 4 degrees more, you're getting little bit of relief. And this time Libra has a blast of planets in the 11th house. 11th house is a networking and gains house. So you're having a blast this month. Mostly if you have a good transit, a good Antardasha, Pratantardasha, then you will be able to have a very dynamic month this August, because you'll be mixing with people, you'll be traveling, you'll be going here and there. Though your Lagna Lord is retrograde, but still it is going retrograde in the 10th house. So some jobs that were left to be done can be again started and completed this time. And a new path your life will start from the 10th Venus as it goes direct. So it is a good time. it's a very busy month for the Libra people, and all the planets are getting accumulated in your 11th house of gains and networking. Sun will come, Mars is already there, then Mercury is already there, and Venus will also come next month. So all the planets are boosting your 11th house of financial gains and friends. You can go out with friends, you can have a great time with friends. Also Jupiter, because it is in the 7th house, and Rahu is subsiding and taking up, the degrees are parting from Jupiter, you can feel at more ease with your partner. And Jupiter is looking into your 11th house, it is looking into your 3rd house, short distance journeys can be favored, all these things can happen. So and Saturn is also in dignity in your 5th house, because it is the own Mool Trikon, though it is retrograde, but you'll be, that's okay. Saturn is in good position, not bad. So all the planets are aligned to give some good results. I hope that Libra people will have a very good and dynamic month this August. Next, I come to Scorpio ascendants. Now, Scorpio ascendants, it is a 70-30 or 60-40 month. Though your 10th house is getting a boost of planets. 10th house is the Leo house, and all the planets, Mars is already there, your Lagna Lord, Mercury is there, Sun will come, Venus, it has transited back into your 9th house, and you can see journeys, long distance journeys, because the 12th house in the 9th, 12th lord is the foreign distant lord, and in the 9th you can go to some foreign journeys also. You can get your visa done, your luck will also be good regarding foreign matters, and your 10th house Sun will go from the 9th to the 10th, so from the mid of the month you get a very big boost. But the thing is that Rahu is still there with Jupiter in your 6th house, and it is aspecting your 10th house. Saturn is also aspecting your 10th house. Now this retrograde Saturn in your 4th house can create some problem in the family dynamics in your life, or the place you stay, your home environment, or it can give a heavy heart due to some of the other reason, because it is aspecting your 10th house also. And because Saturn is not at all it is not a good planet as such for the Scorpio ascendants, it's throwing it aspect on the 10th can give some problem in the 10th, because his 10th house is your focus this whole of August month. So many planets in the 10th house, your 8th and 11th lord Mercury is in the 10th house, and Mercury being in the 10th can bring some sudden events also, because 8th lord, wherever it goes, if you have a Mercury Pratantra Dasha, Antar Dasha, certain events suddenly can creep up with the bosses or other higher activities also, some communications. So be very wary of the communications that you throw out, because Sun will be there, your ego will be boosted later half of the month from the 18th, and also Saturn is having full 7th aspect on the Leo sign. So be a little cautious, otherwise you will clear up all your jobs, most pending jobs can be cleared up. Mercury will go retrograde also, and so later Mars will be moving into 11th house from the 18th. So finances you can get some incoming gains, Lagna Lord in the 11th. So it's a good time, Scorpio people, not at all bad. 60-40, like 70-30, 30% you can just have sit back attitude, relax a bit, in the sense relax in your mind, don't take hasty steps in the work area. Otherwise and home front can be a little sluggish in or some discontentment at heart. Otherwise the situation is good, nothing to worry about much. Have a good month of August. Now I move to Sagittarius ascendant. Sagittarius ascendants, they are having this Rahu Jupiter transit in the 5th. So though Jupiter is in the 5th house, it could have given brilliant result. The problem is that Jupiter was along with Rahu for so many days. Now the degrees are parting, but still Rahu has 4 more degrees to cover and go to Pisces. So Jupiter is slowly getting better. It will shower slowly its blessing. But the problem with Sagittarius ascendant at this point of time is that the 5th lord, the 9th lord, the fortune lord Sun is transiting in the 8th house, and Mars is Mars is a good planet for Sagittarius ascendants, the 5th lord traveling in the 9th. It is a really good transit, but the 9th lord, the fortune lord, is in the 8th house. So this is not a auspicious time. Also, the 11th lord is going into the 8th house. The Venus is the 6th and the 11th lord. So this everyday daily jobs, daily activities, gains can go for a toss. Some sudden events can occur, that relationships can have a problem, may create some problems in the because see, 11th house is regarding your networking and your higher gains. 6th house is your daily job area, daily activities that you do. Both have gone into the 8th house, and it is retrograde. Venus is retrograde also. Sun is also in the 8th. So 8th house is becoming quite prominent in the horoscope. So 8th house, some sudden events can occur. So the thing is that sudden events are mostly not anticipated. So a mixed month in that way. Once Sun comes into the 9th house, Mercury is also there. Mercury is your 10th lord, so, and your 7th lord. It is in the Bhagyasthan, fortune house. Sun Mercury, it will give a boost to your 9th house. It is good, but overall the month is not very satisfactory. Some kind of dissatisfaction remains because Saturn in the 3rd house, it is traveling in Satabhisha, and it is the effort lord. You put in effort, but the retrograde effort lord do not give much results immediately. So results can be far stretched. Immediate results cannot be seen. Some sudden activities, some sudden disorders regarding the daily life, the gains area. This though Saturn is in dignity, your savings are good, nothing problem with that. But incoming gains and work area is feeding a pressure. 9th house, as it slowly improves and Venus moves out from the 8th house and Sun moves out from the 8th house first, and Mars going into the 10th house will give some good result in the work area. Some, some flow of things, because Mars is a steady planet. In the 10th house, it gains strength, because originally it gets exalted in the 10th house of Capricorn. So Mars transit into the 10th house on 18th of August will slowly again give a boost to your transit of August. Otherwise, it's a mixed month, 50-50, not very good, not very bad, like that. So take caution. We'll meet in September. Now I come to Capricorn. Now Capricorn ascendants also, the Lagna Lord is in the 2nd house, so much is expected from you, from the family. Financial matters needs a relook, because savings and all are related to the 2nd house, and your 8th house have lot of planets now. 8th house is having a Mercury, Venus, Mars. Venus will transit back into the 7th house. So some relationship problems can happen. The situations that are out of control can break away. 8th house, whenever planets are accumulating, some sudden event, some introspection is seen. Some kind of some kind of losses can happen which is not anticipated. Saturn in the 2nd retrograde, Lagna Lord is retrograde, your most yoga karak planet Venus is retrograde. So both the good planets are retrograde. So August and 8th Lord coming into 8th. First it was in 7th Sun, then it will come into 8th. So not a very overall good situation of the horoscope. Some small or big life-changing events can alter your process of thinking. So sit back, relax a bit, do meditate a bit. If things happen, then try to take it under, the impression that this is a transit and you have to overcome through it. You have to go go forward with it. So Mars will go into Mars is traveling in the 8th house again. Some problem with your lower body part can happen. Some hurt you can get. You can fall down somewhere. You can have leg issue, muscle issues. Once it goes into the 9th house, it is a little better, but 10th house, when it goes, it is even better. So all the planets are aligned in such a way that they are not boosting the results very much. They are not giving a very big boost to the horoscope. Transit of August is not very conducive for it. So just go slow, be cautious and wary of your health, especially your money matters. All these things need some introspection and some changes maybe. Property related matter, as Jupiter is in the 4th house and Rahu is subsiding. some gains from property, sudden inheritances. Sun being in the 8th house in its own sign from 17th of August can be seen. Jupiter is also aspecting Leo, Saturn is also aspecting Leo, so Mercury is also in Leo now. So lot of focus on the 8th house. It can generate sudden gains also, because inheritance is there, sudden gains are there, but sudden some life-changing events can also occur. So good luck, Capricorn. Now I move on to Aquarius. Aquarius, Saturn is on the Lagna. Now this is the 12th lord also. Saturn being on the Lagna, some dissatisfaction comes definitely. Though Saturn is very well placed in Aquarius, but it is retrograde, and it will make you contemplate on your decisions on the health factor, health side of your thinking, and how you should maintain your health, what kind of discipline you should follow. See, Saturn, when it is on the Lagna, it loses its strength. It's a Dikshunya there. 7th house is Digbala. So Saturn, though it is in Aquarius, it will put lot of pressure mentally, or it will force you to change the things that are, because it is again retrograde. You have to contemplate. Retrograde means moving back and thinking what are the things that has been done and need some rectification. So that is how Saturn will function. Your 7th house is getting lot of energy. Now 7th house, it so happen if you're in a business, the partner can overpower you, because Sun will come into its own house and Mars will go into the 6th house. It is already there. So you can face some very tough competition from your business partner. Some partnership clash can happen. The Mercury is coming. You can sort it out with, because Mercury is a good planet for Aquarius people, but it is the 8th lord also. So 8th lord in the 7th house with the 7th lord can give some sudden events with all, whatever partnership you have, whether business, whether life partner, whatever. Venus, your yoga karak planet, is also retrograde, and it is retrograde in the 6th house. So again, relationships can see a little bit push and pull, tug of war, retrograde. So again, for you also, like Capricorn, the most important planets Saturn and Venus are retrograde. So August is not a very good month. It is not a very good month. Slowly things will improve, slowly, but till Saturn is going retrograde, some slowness in life can be felt. And Jupiter is in Aries, so Jupiter is though well placed, but third Jupiter will make you put effort for your monetary gains, because you're 2nd and 11th lord, so it will make you put more effort for your monetary gains. And Rahu is also there. Slowly Rahu will transit into the 2nd house. So overall, Aquarius, it's not a very good time, and if it's an Aquarius moon, then it's in full Sarasati. So Saturn being on the Lagna itself, it's on the moon, it's a totally different Sarasati, big Sarasati phase that you're going through. If it is on the Lagna, still then Saturn gives kind of it's a Vairagya planet. Many people don't understand Saturn is a planet which through experiences gives us spirituality. Always we take Ketu as Moksha Karak, but Saturn is a huge spiritual planet. So it will give that kind of a flavor, and you may want to stay alone. You may want to contemplate on things that are happening in your life. So what I'll say, it's a 50-50 month. Yes, sometimes we should sit back and think what is happening with us. Let's see where it goes. Rahu in the 3rd is good, but Rahu, your efforts will be showing some result, but Rahu also slowly it is moving towards your 2nd house. So August overall is a mixed month, guys. Hope you handle it carefully. Now I move to the next Lagna, that is Pisces. Pisces Lagna, Saturn is in the 11th house, and the Lagna Lord is with Rahu. Now this Lagna is in Pap Kartari. Actually Rahu is moving towards your Lagna. Saturn is retrograde, moving towards the 11th. 11th is also ruled by Saturn. So money flows from the foreign destinations is better. If you want to go and settle down running a foreign dasha, Saturn dasha, you want to go to the abroad and you want to settle over there, Rahu will slowly come onto the Lagna. All these things can be favored, but most of the planets are going to the 6th house now. Mars in the 6th house in Leo could have given you a good spirit for fighting. Venus in the 6th was not very good, because Venus though it is your effort lord in the sixth, but Venus is a relationship planet. It can disrupt some of the relationship or the the kinds of people you strike a good it can create some problem, because sixth is the some kind of it's a competitive house. So now again Venus will move back to your fifth house. You can redefine it again, because it is the house of love and romance, and you can come into some kind of relationship with partners. And also Mars is going into the, after 18th August, is going into the 7th house. Now some problem, some disputes with the partner again is seen over here. So Sun being in the 6th house, Mercury in the 6th house, Mars in the 7th house. So your 7th lord is going into the 6th house. So if there is problem with partnership, then it can break. It can never take things literally, because it is all on the dasha, antartadasha, transits and overall flavor of the horoscope. But such things can happen. And because Rahu and Jupiter both are transiting the 2nd house, Rahu doesn't work very good in the 2nd house. It can give some unfriendly family environment. The Jupiter is there, it is saving the grace. Then your Lagna lord in the 2nd, once Rahu moves away from Jupiter, it can generate good savings. And Saturn being in the 11th lord being in the 12th, you have to have caution with your wealth. Though you'll not spend on bad things, because Saturn is in dignity in Aquarius, but it is retrograde. So money matters have to be handled carefully. Relationships, because the 7th lord is in the 6th, needs to be handled carefully. And also Jupiter is not free from affliction, because Jupiter is also afflicted by Saturn also. So here also Pisces people, you have to have carefully you should carry your grace throughout the month, so that relationships are and the money matters are in a little bit a condition which is not very great. But once you go slow and understand the things, you'll be able to save the situation. So for you also a mixed month. Hope you have carry out this month great, and we'll meet in September. Thank you. So these were the predictions for the ascendant, friends. Let's hope that the August month runs well. Little bit it is relationship matters over here takes a more prominent prominent forefront, because Venus is going retrograde. Whenever Venus goes retrograde, some kind of relationship adjustments or breakaway, new coming, all these things can happen. People from the past may come, and you can have an inner internal turmoil, because Venus is in the watery sign of Cancer. So be wary of the month of August. It's not a bad month. Sun will be in dignity, and also Mercury will be doing well in Leo. Jupiter is still going forward, it's not retrograde. Saturn is retrograde. So hope you have a good month ahead.